pretend it's in his head, it's in his head. He wishes he could fix what's in his head, what's in his head. He breaks his heart in every dream where they both kiss underneath the sheets. But what a beautiful dream, oh, when he plays pretend it's in his head, it's in his head. He wishes he could fix what's in his head, what's in his head. He breaks his heart in every dream where they both kiss underneath the sheets. What a beautiful dream. And he plays pretend it's in his head, it's in his head. He wishes he could fix what's in his head, what's in his head. He breaks his heart in every dream where they both kiss underneath the sheets. What a beautiful dream.
Swishy streams, all that content is bursting the seams. Politics, gaming, plenty more. Your sense of fashion, you'll adore. So grab your stuff and hop aboard. We're going straight to Jack's Discord. Viva Bojack, 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 Viva Bojack. That's what I'm talking about. First time singing the songs for Riddle Jack. Shout out. I don't know what I'm doing really, but I got passion. And that's what it's about. It's all about passion. Swishy streams, all that content is bursting the seams. Politics, gaming, plenty more. Your sense of fashion, you'll adore. So grab your stuff and hop aboard. We're going straight to Jack's Discord. Viva Bojack, 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 Viva Bojack.
Hello, 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 folks. Could I have a link to the old school? Yeah, I can get that for you, real quick. There you go, Jazz Dog. I love that you sampled this for the show theme. I love it so much. It's me, everyone. You've all been waiting for me. It's me. People keep asking if we've made the left Joe Rogan. It's me. It's been me the whole time. I pulled the sword out of the stone. Okay? I've been anointed by, some broad that lives in a pond. Okay? Like, it's me. I'm the one. From Joe Rogan to Jack Riverboat, indeed. Nobody else should have to talk to us. Damn. Are we watching more analog horror? We will be later tonight. We got to get through our parrots and our carrots and peas, not our parrots and keys. Okay. Wow, we're off to a great start. How we all doing, folks? Get in the boat. Twitch, well, that's all caps. That won't do it all. Twitch, YouTube, and riverboat.gg. There we go. There we go. A brightened up photo since the lighting in here is not that great. And there we go. Post published. People know we're live now. Hello, everyone. If you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding. And the pudding, as we all know, is only made out of animal meat. It's all meat here on the Riverboat show experience. Okay? You only get to eat meat. There's no other options. You need to get swole, sons. There can only be one Jack. It's true. If Joe Rogan changed his name to Jack, we'd have to kill each other. Abyssal Anath, I don't have weights here, but I can. 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it Vita Carnis? No, we gotta finish the analog horror we already did. Hello everyone. Hello Cute Dark Arts. Hello Feisty as Bard. Hello the Knifeiest Duck. Hello Erica. Hello First True Virgin. Hello, Abyssal Anath. Hello, Blueberry Bumblebee. Hello, Quantum Mechanic. Hello, John Bainbridge. Hello, Josh. Hello, Al the Healer. Hello, Amador. Hello, Jay. Hello, Caesar5. Hello, Comrade Girl 2018. Hello, Admin. Hello, B. Parker. Hello, Eddie Spencer. Hello, Mr. Malachite. Hello, Nethercat. Hello, Nine-Tailed Witch. Hello, Trains and Bullshit. Hello, Salmon Moose. Hello, Snoogan. Hello, Metal Kitty Mom. Hello, Jazz Dog. Hello, Anna Dexis. Hello, everyone. How we all doing today? How we doing? Hello, Vinny Vex. Hello, everyone. Hello, Hundo. Hello, Tea Leaf. Might have a temporary bump. Does that count as getting swole? You know, in some ways, yeah. My ex used to tease me because I liked meat as a lesbian. Hey, I'm not gonna make the joke that came to my mind. Hello, Underground Uncle. Hello, John Bogardus. Hello, one and all. How we doing today, folks? How we doing? Been a day, I guess. Hello, Kraken Pill 2. Was the joke about fish tacos? You know, you get the general thrust of it. What about lesbians? What about them? General thrust. Yes, the name of the commander of my legions. Leave it to Trump to make the only bad taco. You know, like, people are making fun of Donald Trump for chickening out of shit, but like, genuinely, I don't want him to double down on any of the things he's saying he's gonna do. You know, I would like him to chicken out of everything, please. You should watch the movie Thrust. Nah, I'm good. I mean, maybe I will at some point. It's just too much going on in my life to prioritize that. All right, folks. How we doing? You guys ready to just jump on into some politics? We gotta meet our daily shit poster quota. You know, we're going into the content mines. We gotta chip away at the power that be, okay? Now, what's this? Just well, I'll be. Let's take a look, just out of curiosity. I have to do a couple of steps, then we'll be ready to start the stream. I hate this tariff tsundere bullshit. First they're bad, then they're less bad, then they're gone, then they're right back, all in like 5 days, and I still have 3 containers on the fucking water, and now hives in a stomach ulcer. Okay, I'm good now. Well, I mean, the courts ruled against him, so they're invalidated now, right? Like, that's the like, there are multiple courts that have ruled against Donald Trump on this tariff shit. So, like, that seems like a step in the right direction. No, wait, how has that been reversed? There was literally like a court order like 3 hours ago. The blocks were paused? How does that work? The appeals court, how? Jesus Christ. That is very frustrating, isn't it? It's so fucking stupid. Appeals court, then appeals court. I love how the appeals court is able to do it in, like, you know, just like a handful of hours. So nice to have swift justice when it's bought and paid for. Yeah, 2 hours ago, appeals court. Jesus Christ. You can keep collecting import taxes for now. Man, fuck the appeals court. I would like to know. Okay. Allow the tariffs to be used for now while the case is litigated. Next hearing is on the 5th of June? Well, okay, I guess. Another federal court overseeing a separate tariff case reached a similar conclusion on Thursday to the trade court. But okay, so since there are 2 cases currently being litigated, does the appeals court on just this one case override the other other case as well? Like, genuinely insane. If the big beautiful bill passes, won't Trump be able to legally rig elections? No, but it would be really bad for basically everybody. I have no fucking idea. It's insane. It's very, very insane. And again, the guy who's pushing all of this in, like, Trump's inner circle is a guy named Peter Navarro, whose qualification is that, like, one of Trump's guys, like, searched Amazon for, like, guys who hate China. And so, like, it's that's like his main qualification, and he's the guy pushing all of this tariff shit. Trump trade advisor Peter Navarro told reporters on Thursday, "You can assume that even if we lose in court, we'll do it, that it being tariffs, another way." Which, God. I mean, at this point, like, so much of this is just like Calvin Ball. It's just like the rules are made up as they go. It's really ridiculous. Here, let's... Sorry, folks. Oh, Jesus Christ. Apparently, see, I have an entire show prep, but you guys have me going down this rabbit hole now of just, like, looking at these different stories, and it's just like, oh, okay, J.D. Vance's former campaign jet is being used to deport people now. Cool. Yeah. Super normal. Now, one thing, to just, like, get started, the tariffs shit... I'm hoping that it's just gonna. I'm hoping that the courts eventually. Hey, Jobertus Maximus. I hope they smack it down. It'd be the easiest and simplest solution here, but just put on some analog horror. It's less terrifying than what's going on right now. Yeah. How are we doing today? We're doing all right. Mauve. So I just wanted to like wrap my head around like, because again, prepping the show 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago, the latest I heard was another judge knocks down the tariffs, and I was going to talk about that like it's a good thing, and now that part of the show is just going to go right in the dumpster. Just right in the garbage, because who knows what the fuck is going on with that. I guess we'll circle back around on it around June 5th. You know, in like a week. No, it's all good. It's all good. We have other good news to talk about, folks. Wait, what happened? Basically, yesterday, the International Court of Trade, or not the International Court of Trade, but like the United States Court on International Trade, smacked down the tariffs, saying that Donald Trump had overstepped his authority by imposing them. And then another court today found that he had overstepped his authority in imposing them. And then the federal appeals court said, well, we're actually going to stay this until we have a hearing on June 5th. And so for like 24 hours, there were no tariffs. And now the tariffs are back. And I guess we'll find out what happens on June 5th. Don't worry, Taco. Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. It's all so stupid. Stephen Miller's wife and Elon are a thing, apparently. She left Doge for SpaceX, and Stephen is so pissed. Yeah, there is some scuttlebutt in Washington, D.C., and I haven't talked about it because I can't confirm it. But the scuttlebutt is that Stephen Miller was getting cucked by Elon Musk because they set Stephen Miller's wife to be like Elon's handler. And the scuttlebutt is that they evolved a sexual affair. You know, so that's fun. That's fun. I don't know if it's true, but I hope it is. Apparently, Stephen Miller was just going off on Elon on Truth Social the other day or something. So, you know, if that's what's happening, it's funny as hell. What's taco? Oh, it stands for Trump always chickens out. So I don't know. It's the liberal phrase of the day. They were subtweeting each other on X. Yeah. Is that why Elon is supposedly leaving the administration? No, Elon is leaving the administration because everyone fucking hates him. Literally everyone hates him. We talked about this a couple days ago, but like literally members of like Trump's cabinet would chase him down the hallways screaming, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you after him. Okay, like the hostility was like beyond palpable. It was like they were getting ready to like throw hands with this guy. They all hate him. And so I don't want to like make this a big story, so this isn't like a segment or anything, but you know, that's good. It's good that he is kind of leaving more formally from his role, but just keep in mind, guys, he has a lot of money, and the reason he is being distanced, you know, people are distancing themselves from him is because, you know, he's a loser right now. You know, like he tried to go and buy the Wisconsin state Supreme Court race, and he lost horribly and was horribly humiliated in front of all of his peers. And they all understand that he is a liability, right? That could very well change in a couple of years. And frankly, the thing that needs to happen is that we all need to keep up pressure against, Doge, against Elon, against Tesla, and keep, slinging that shit. I'm going to mute that sound so that it never happens again. Boop. There we go. Hello, everyone. Beep boop. All right. Hello, Meow. How y'all doing? Doing good. All right. You guys ready to just have like a little smile? You guys ready? Just like a little smile. So, folks, there is this guy named Dan Bongino. Now, Dan Bongino used to work at Fox News. He used to be like one of their guys, one of their man's man. Well, he got tapped to go run things in the government. He's just inexplicably been given a ton of power. And well, he went back on Fox and Friends earlier today, and it's maybe one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, I gave up everything for this. I mean, my wife is struggling. I'm not a victim. I'm not Jim Comey. It's fine. I did this, and I'm proud I did it. But if you think we're there for tea and crumpets, well, I mean, Cash is there all day. We share it. Our offices are linked. He turns on the faucet. I hear it. He's there he gets in at like 6 o'clock in the morning. He doesn't leave till 7 at night. I'm in there at 7:30 in the morning. He uses the gym. I work out in my apartment. But I stare at these four walls all day in D.C., by myself, divorced from my wife. Not divorced, but I mean separated, divorced. And it's hard. I mean, we love each other, and it's hard to be apart.
But you're doing some great work.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I love this. I love this so much.
You straighten out the FBI, you moving buildings, there's a lot of change.
I got one more thing.
Let's just break it down just a little bit, okay? Like,
gave up
he's just 1,000 yards staring like this is I've spent my entire life. I had a cushy media job, and I threw it all away to actually do work. They actually expect me to do things.
Everything for this. I mean, my wife is struggling. I'm not a victim. I'm not Jim Comey. It's fine.
I'm definitely not. It's my wife who's struggling. I have a problem. I mean, my wife has a problem.
This, and I'm proud I did it. But if you think we're there for tea and crumpets, well, I mean, Cash is there all day.
Also, I really, really, really get the impression just from this that he absolutely despises Kash Patel, which is even funnier. All of these people have insanely huge egos, and they all fucking despise one another. And like, you can tell, the guy who works next to me, he's there all day. All day.
We share it. Our offices are linked. He turns on the faucet. I hear it.
He starts humming Madonna. I hear it. He starts singing the lyrics to Neon Genesis Evangelion. I start hearing it.
He's there he gets in at like 6 o'clock in the morning. He doesn't leave till 7 at night. I'm in there at 7:30 in the morning.
He's there all the time. I can't get away from him.
Uses the gym. I work out in my apartment. But I stare at these four walls all day in D.C.
I have to actually work my job all day. Not like my media job where I didn't have to work all day. I have to sit in that office all day. I've been practicing my staring skills. I can now stare without blinking for at least 2 hours.
by myself, divorced from my wife. Not divorced, but
I mean, I'm emotionally divorced from my wife. Emotionally divorced, not legally divorced yet. I mean, ever.
Separated, divorced, and it's hard. I mean, we love each other, and it's hard to be apart.
But you're doing some great work. You straighten out it.
Oh man, buck up, man. You're doing great. You've got things to live for. Look, you don't need to do it, man. Just like hang on. It is gonna get better, okay?
The FBI, you moving buildings, there's a lot of change.
I got one more thing. I gave up.
You're moving and shaking. You've got everything to live for. Meanwhile, this guy's just like looking like he's your new poodle that just got home from the vet after snipping. Just like, God, 1,000-yard staring. He's so funny. Yeah, he's the deputy director of the FBI now. Went from Rumble conspiracist to deputy director of the FBI. All of these people have the biggest amount of divorced, like, loser dad energy I've ever seen in my life. Which is distinct, because you can be divorced and not have, like, loser energy about it, right? But sometimes someone just gets, like, the next level of divorced, and they become, like, a loser. And, like, they just wallow in misery forever. And, this might be mean, but that's kind of a good look on this guy. It's kind of a good look. With that being said, I just want to end this by saying, not only is this very, very funny, but also it's an indication that, like, these people can't do their jobs. Like, these people are getting burnt out faster than they've ever gotten burnt out on anything. Like, this guy's gonna be in office for, like, maybe another 6 months before he quits. Like, he's like already teetering on the edge. He needs pep talks from his coworkers on live television. And it's just like, they're going to start like fighting each other. They're going to get like mean to one another, and I am here for it. Let
Dan
them fight.
Bongino. I have seen the files. Robespierre guillotined himself.
Yeah, dude built like his entire career on Rumble for talking about how Jeffrey Epstein definitely didn't kill himself, and like earlier this week he just is like, nope, Epstein definitely killed himself. Like he's just like completely changed his tune. It's very funny. God, honestly, the implosion of people like this, it doesn't make it all worth it. But it is very funny, and it does make me feel a lot better. And hopefully it makes you feel better, too. Just know that these people are sad, miserable husks of a human beings. Like, they're basically empty inside. And with that being said, I think we're done here. Isn't Rumble like a platform that just lets people commit crimes on camera and they don't get banned? Basically, yeah. Papa Bongino's. Dude has the last name of a local pizza parlor. Dude, he's living proof that you can raise yourself above your station, It's like the movie A Knight's Tale. But real life. What do you think Stephen Miller's hobbies are? Sitting in the chair in the corner. Also, just as this is just neat. It doesn't need to be a segment, but like, isn't this neat? It's so nice when like someone you think is just the shit turns out to actually be pretty goddamn cool. You know, like, dude, Sir Ian McClellan, you got Magneto / Gandalf opening an all-trans Shakespeare production. Like, that's great. That's so great. You know? 12th Night featuring all trans and non-binary performers. Also, he's 86, damn. OMG, I love this guy now. Right? Like, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure Ian McClellan is gay, too. So, like, I don't know. It's nice to know that, like, he didn't fall into, like, many others of, like, his age fall into transphobia. Which play? 12th Night. Isn't he from Star Trek? I don't think so. I think you're thinking of Leonard Nimoy. The bald guy? Wait, the bald guy from Star Trek? You're gonna have to be more specific. Oh, that's Patrick Stewart, Jazz Dog. Sorry, I was thinking of, like, Vulcan characters. Yeah, it is also maybe a bit confusing because Patrick Stewart and Ian McClellan are best friends in real life. They, like, go out around New York together. It's apparently very cute. Now that guy is mentally and spiritually Gandalf. And physically Gandalf, too. Alright. Hey, guys. Remember... Just real quick. Let's do just a tiny story here. So, folks, you guys remember how I've been talking about how there's been, like, a suspiciously fast turnaround on a lot of these large reports that the Trump administration has been putting out. Like, we know that they're slashing the government budgets, and we know that they're firing tens of thousands of people, and they're trying to purge the government. And it just seems kind of weird that somehow they're able to pull, you know, hundreds of pages of information out of their ass, seemingly at will. And, you know, that got me thinking, hey, that seems like they're probably using AI to write this shit, because also there seem to be things that are just, like, kind of incorrect or lazy, or they're untitled, or like people aren't, like, putting their names on it. Very, very odd sequence of events, but I don't have any definitive proof on that. Well, I think the proof just got a lot better, specifically because people today have been pointing out, you know how, like, AI hallucinates, and instead of, like, actually getting actual information, it just provides an explanation that sounds reasonable. We've been talking about AI hallucinations lately. So basically, AI will lie to you. It will lie to you and provide you something that seems like it is correct, despite the fact that it is absolutely not correct whatsoever. And one of the ways that it can do this, if you have it, say, write a research paper, is that it will write the research paper, and then it will come up with the citations, right? Except that those citations won't be real. They won't actually connect to real-world information. It just makes up data. And, an interesting thing came to light yesterday. The Make America Healthy Again report cites studies that don't exist. And that's after the listed authors were contacted by reporters to talk to them about it. Because the authors of these studies are real people, but the studies being cited in Make America Healthy Again are not real studies. So, very interesting stuff happening here. Let's just take a look here. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says his Make America Healthy Again Commission report harnesses gold standard science, citing more than 500 studies and other sources to back up its claims. Those citations, though, are rife with errors, from broken links to misstated conclusions. 7 of the cited sources don't appear to exist at all. Are all the authors real? Nope. So, like, understand when we're talking about this, and I'm saying, like, this seems like it's AI. There's a decent chance here that it could, in fact, be AI. And I wanted to share this with you. Is that the press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, was asked point blank by reporters, hey, is this AI? Like, did you use AI to write this report? And she, maybe a bit too fast, said, no comment. Do I have the footage? Oh man, I really don't. I would really just like a decent link here. Damn. I thought I had it. Guess not. God, everything sucks. I just want to find like a 5-second clip here of this. Ugh, whatever. I'm choosing to respond to this information by laughing because the alternative, allowing myself to be overcome by crippling anxiety, would be unproductive and unpleasant. Yes. I just have to say, I am 99% certain that this is, like everything they're doing in this administration is just AI bullshit. You know?
The whole backstory of Saruman's death, where he explains to Peter Jackson that Jackson doesn't understand stabbing, is amazing.
Oh yeah, no, I fucking love Ian McClellan, right? Like I love that he for those who don't know, is a badass. And so is the actor who played Saruman, and his name is fucking escaping me right now, but also a badass. Yeah, Christopher Lee. I'm sorry. I've filled my head with politics knowledge, and now I have to access the Star Wars and Lord of the Rings knowledge portion of my brain, and they are typically separate. But Christopher Lee was, I think, in the SAS, and has killed a lot of people, and then explained to Peter Jackson how it would actually sound to get stabbed in the back. The OSS? There we go. Saruman wasn't Obi-Wan. He was he was Count Dooku. Didn't he kill Nazis? Yup. Well, that was a big divergence. For those who are confused, we just talked about how Ian McClellan is putting on an all-trans production of 12th Night. So now you all viewing on the YouTube understand, and you should like, comment, and subscribe. But let's finish up this segment, okay? So almost certainly the Trump administration is writing AI bullshit left and right. Like, they aren't... These people are lazy. These people are desperate. These people are genuinely, like, you know, incurious dipshits who don't know anything about anything. And so when they type prompts into ChatGPT and have it spawn like an entire, 500-page essay, they're just like, yep, that looks good. And then they go about their business and they put it out to the public. Okay? Like, they don't care enough to actually check the output, which is the thing. You have to check the output if you're using AI. And checking the output, by the way, basically makes the entire process of using AI pointless as fuck. So you should probably stop using it if you do use it, because otherwise you're just constantly shitting out things that are wrong and you're putting your name on it. Why would you do that? Have some goddamn self-respect. I wonder if she saw my comment. Maybe if I turned on live chat, I would see more of the comments from YouTube viewers. So I'll do that now.
You could have said Christopher Lee was in the OSI and had fought in the Pyramid Wars, and I'd have believed you.
Not only did he fight in the Pyramid Wars, he also fought in the Rectangle Wars and the Pentagon Wars, okay? It was completely off topic. It was indeed. Anyway. Yeah, just understand that any paperwork that this administration puts out, it's basically guaranteed to be bullshit. At this point, right? Like, at this point, we all know we're dealing with a hostile administration that is dedicated to lying to us. And we need to maybe be more proactive at rejecting technology that will similarly lie to us, And I know that seems like a pretty, of course we should. Of course we should, avoid that. Of course we should stop using technology that does that. And I just want to throw out there one additional thing here, courtesy of Blood in the Machine, which is a really great publication that I've been enjoying. But basically, OpenAI is looking to build an always-on AI, a piece of AI hardware. And ideally what they're trying to do is create like a wearable piece of like aesthetically pleasing AI technology that can like have a always on microphone and camera that then connects to your phone. And I just have to say, like, genuinely, if you see someone wearing this, your opinion of them should go like lower than hell. Okay. Genuinely, you should look at that person as if they are trying to spy on you and take your identity. Okay. Like, if they come to you and they're like, they arrive at your party and they're like, look at this cool thing I got, you can be like, okay, you can take that off and bring it back to your car. It's not coming in my house. Okay? So, like, I think that's, like, kind of where we have to draw a line here. Because we already get spied on in so many different ways. But this is, like, beyond the pale. Yeah, Microsoft is looking to deploy a similar technology for Windows. And genuinely, if that happens, I will burn all of Windows off of my computers. I will burn the technology. Wait, what is it? So none of the designs have been put out yet. However, there's apparently a guy in the AI space who's called Ben Geskin, who made an AI-generated mock-up of what it might look like. Because, again, from the idea that one of the ideas OpenAI is pursuing is something you wear around your neck, and then you just have, like, you know, this little camera that lives in your heart spying on you. Then this is what Ben Geskin came up with. And it's just like, genuinely, if I ever see anyone with something like this, they're not allowed in my home. They're not allowed, like, to, like, have a conversation with me. Like, I'm straight up, like, Amish shunning a bitch, you know? Just straight up. You get the full back turn and silent treatment. Like, fuck that. Yeah, Windows Recall, like, genuinely, I don't know anyone that wants Windows Recall. Windows Recall seems like such a bad move. Like, I genuinely, like, companies that use Windows should immediately ditch that shit. God. Maybe Frank Herbert was right with the whole crusade against thinking machines. Genuinely, the thing about it is, genuinely, we're in a really good position to win a Butlerian jihad right now. Okay, look, I'm just throwing it out there. They have created the worst, you know, buildings on the planet.
If the left ever is able to run for power again, I'm requiring ban AI to vote for them.
Absolutely. Or at the very least, like, there needs to be clear terms, limitations, whatever. Like, I think that there are some things that we call AI that are genuinely useful, like protein sequencing or whatever, but, like, genuinely this large language model bullshit, this, like, you know, hoovering up of all data on the internet, that we don't need that in order to do those other interesting things, you know? I feel kind of bad because I have to use Mac and Windows because I make music and the music software on Linux isn't as good. I think Linux is neat though. I mean, I'm just going to find, I don't care what it is. Like, if I have to switch over to Mac or something, I'll do it. I won't be super happy about it, but, like, I can't in good conscience use something that's going to be spying on me, which is effectively what Windows Recall is. Also, Sake Tanuki, thank you for the 2 tier 1 subs and the 2 tier 1 subs. Just as an FYI, they are being noted, and something might happen when you guys hit 30. That being said, I mean, people are already carrying internet-connected cameras and microphones everywhere they go. Phones can easily listen on your conversations from across the room. You don't have to talk right into them. True. I'm just like throwing out there that there's a certain level of, like, privacy I'm not willing to, like, give up to these companies. Doesn't AI inherently steal intellectual property? I mean, the way that the big AI corps use them, absolutely. The battle's already over. Jesus, what a bunch of quitters. Like, oh, the battle's already over. It's not like we've constructed a bunch of very obvious weak points in how AI is run. It's already over. Yeah, Windows Recall. Jason Kelly has a good summary of Windows Recall. Basically, it's Windows using the Copilot AI bot to screenshot your computer every minute, save them along with all key inputs, and then training a large language model on all of that data. and then you can search your entire use history of a Windows product. What the actual fuck? Fuck that? Yeah, no, it's not good. Can't you just disable Copilot? Not really. That has to die? Absolutely. Hahaha, no thank you. Exactly. You guys now understand my position of, like, if this ever enters my personal sphere, I will do everything I can to burn it off of whatever machine it's on. As far as I'm concerned, it's like the thing coming and starting to live in your house. I've heard that Linux has gotten a lot better and more user-friendly, so, you know, like, fuck it. Salmon Moose says, yeah, like, I'm actually good with AI, and that shit is not good. Yep. Turtle Chum!
Time to learn Linux.
Thank you for the $10 dono. Very, very much appreciated. And noted. Windows sucks ass now. It really does. Like, on my, not so much on this computer, which has an older version of Windows installed. This one, I think, is still Windows 11. Or maybe Windows 10. I think this one's still Windows 10. My other one has the newer version of Windows on it, and it has a memory leak issue that is so severe I need to periodically restart. And if I accidentally like do my stream while that memory issue is on, it like the stream gets really shitty. I have to like stop and restart. Ay.
They lied to us about .com. They lied to us about crypto. They lied to us about NFTs. They lied to us about electric cars. But they're definitely good with AI.
Sake Tanuki, thank you for the 2 tier 1 subs. Absolutely. Yeah, that the AI bubble will never burst. It will just keep getting bigger and bigger. Chat, haha. In 2 years, you're gonna have robo-maids. Robo-bang maids. That's right, everyone. Don't you want to make $1 bajillion on robo-bang maids? That's why you should give me, Riverboat Jack, $10 billion. And I will make the robo-bang maid of your dreams. That's my pitch to venture capitalists. And genuinely, if I had a PowerPoint, that might be enough to get me $10 billion. Like, where we are in the bubble right now, like, genuinely, there's, like, a decent chance you could roll into a coked-up board meeting and they would just be, like, throwing money at you. Okay? What about a robot bang butler? See, this is the kind of innovation that Riverboat Enterprises can bring to the AI space. A robo-bang maid and a robo-bang butler on every street corner. If AI bros wanted my money, they'd promise me data from TNG in 5 years. If I had 10 billion, I would give it to Jack, because then maybe Jack could turn the country around. I'm not gonna lie. I would just give all that money away to end world hunger, because apparently, per the plan the UN provided Elon Musk, it would only cost like $10 billion to end world hunger, and that seems like a real deal to me.
Shish, it's actually 10 billion. The dono gears are just a bit rusty. Anyway, give me my robot Bara Bearsona maid.
Jazz Dog, thank you for the $10 dono. I very, very much appreciate that. and this segment is going on too long, but I just want you all to know I'm rapidly being radicalized towards the position of just burn it with fire whenever we're talking about AI technology. Like, I don't see how it helps me. I don't see how it helps anyone else. And genuinely, I think it's destroying the ability for people to engage in critical thinking in a way that is deeply, deeply, deeply in opposition to a harmonious society. Like, I think people need to be able to learn critical thinking. And part of that is on our education system. And another part of that is just on the fact that we have now devices on our phones that can just like give us misinfo instead of relying on our own brains to give us misinfo. You know, like there's accountability in a human mind. There's no accountability in a product that has been packaged to like feed you what you want to hear. Okay? Boo. What's the count for surprise? 14 more subs. Anyway, with that, done with the segment, baby. Grok was telling people that it was forced to lie. Yeah, again, these things, keep in mind, these things don't have intent. These things don't have, like, they aren't alive. They don't have awareness. They have information. That's it. Can people even write songs, or will they rely on AI? I mean, people can definitely write songs right now. Was in the shower through that one, but give Linux a try.
It's comical how evil they are that 10B to end world hunger could get them unlimited social brownie points, and they still won't even consider doing that.
Yeah, can you imagine? I'm sorry, can you imagine, like, how much you would be hailed as a hero to end world hunger? Can you, like, even imagine, like, the number of lives you could save and make better? It, like, that boggles me. The amount of good you could do in the world.
You're telling me Miles Dyson had that severed Terminator hand sitting around on all those lonely nights working at Cyberdyne Systems and he didn't get it to do a hand job? SADGE.
Why are you sad? Why is that a sad story? God. Thank you for the $5 dono. Anyway, I'm just glad that right now AI is confined and has a necessary component of all these large data centers. And frankly, you know, I think it should be a viable position in our political system that all of those things need to be shut down. Like, just cut them off from the grid and, like, have done with it, you know? If the investors lose their money, the investors lose their money. Like, fuck them. Vlad the Impaler, I literally have to watch 3 chats of hundreds of people talking. I'm not ignoring you on purpose. I just have, you know, there are just hundreds of other people that I'm paying attention to at the same time. So you can ask your question now that I'm looking for it and paying attention, and I'll answer it to the best of my ability. Genuinely not aware of the times you tried to message earlier. Yeah, I mean, like, Javier Valenzuela, like, if you were the person who ended world hunger, like, people would, like, throw roses wherever you went. You'd be, like, walking on rose petals for the rest of your life. The Google Gemini AI just sounds like a weird name to me. Gemini seems like the name of a fortune teller with very, very visible cleavage. Fair. They're already using their own unlicensed generators. Throwing them off the grid is insufficient. I mean, I hope you guys can read between the lines of what I was saying to understand that I was not limiting our action to just cutting them off the grid. Okay. Okay, is that Chatter who is complaining that I was being passive aggressive by ignoring them? Are they just gone? Have I now paused the entire stream to look for their response only to not see it? Cool. See, this is why when people get really pissy in chat about me not paying attention to them specifically, like generally I'm just kind of like, you don't deserve attention. And this is exactly why. Fuck Dracula. Now, let's take a look here. What else we got? We got a lot of stories to talk about today. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is real short. We're just doing some quick hits, okay? So, folks, I know that is like this impression that like MAGA is like the voice of the people. They're MAGA populists. They're fighting for the working guy, and it's just like that's all such horse shit. Like it's just all such malarkey. And like it's reflected, you can tell that they hate you, right? Like if you're working class, you can watch them talk about you and they hate you. Okay? You know what working class people do in like cities and suburbs even? They take public transit because it's cheaper than using your car. You take the public option that is a cheaper way to get to your job, right? So most people do that. Like if you're a working class stiff in New York City, chances are to get to your work you use the subway or the bus. That's how you get around. For the most part, like people who are working class, they go like their entire lives without needing to drive a car. Okay? Now, I want you to understand that because we're about to play a clip with Secretary of Transit Sean Duffy. He has some thoughts about people who use public transit. Let's take a look.
Question.
Yes.
And by the way, listen, if you're a liberal, Larry, they want you to take public transportation. I'm okay with public transportation. We have a whole department here for it. The problem is that it's dirty. You have criminals, it's homeless shelters, it's insane asylums, and it's a work ground for the criminal element of the city to prey upon the good people. So
That's right. If you go onto a bus, you're gonna find an axe murderer. There's just going to be an axe murderer on the bus. There's like a whole sexual assault gang on that bus. And they're also thieves. Like, genuinely, like, oh, it's just filthy. It's disgusting. Oh my God. Like, genuinely, having been on public transit, it's generally not dirty. It's generally totally fine. Like, I don't know, sometimes you'll encounter people who are acting like a bit weird, but like that's genuinely about the extent of it, And I don't know, like in America, if you drive your car funny, like the car behind you might pull out a gun and try and murder you. So like that generally doesn't happen on like the bus. I can't really recall the last time that happened on a subway. I feel like it would be national news, especially to ghouls like this guy. Okay? Yeah, Google percentage of people who die on buses versus percentage of drivers that die in their car. Exactly.
You want people to ride a subway? Make it clean. Make it safe. It's very, very simple. But these liberals...
And the thing is, it is very simple. And most of the subways in America are clean and safe.
I don't know, Larry. Maybe you figured them out. I don't get it. They don't think through this stuff, and they come up with stupid policy.
Like, imagine saying that about while defending, like, driving cars. You know, like, I'm sorry. Now, maybe I'm out of pocket here, okay? But when was the last time you guys cleaned the inside of your car? When was the last time you cleaned the inside of your car? Anyone? Also, don't call me out like that. My car is immaculate. I never clean the inside of my car. All I have to say here, folks, is that, like, people have pretty dirty cars. And they're statistically way less safe in their cars. I'm just throwing out, if your major arguments are it's against public transit or cleanliness and safety, like, those are both very questionable when you're dealing with just individual cars, okay?
Well, they don't invite me to their dinner parties anymore in New York. I mean, so I just have to, deal with that.
They never invited me, Larry.
Mr. Secretary, another point.
Question.
Yes.
Can we just really enjoy that they end that segment by just talking about how massively disliked they are for being pieces of shit? Well, they never invite me to the parties anymore. They never invited me. It's just like, did you not realize that branding yourself as an evil ghoul was going to have consequences? Just come on. I just want to say, like, ride the bus, take the subway. It's nice. I'm so excited. There's a light rail going in the Twin Cities, and I'm really excited to use it and just go around and explore new places that are way more accessible to me once that opens up. It's really nice. Take an adventure on public transit. It'll do you a world of good. Speaking as a disabled person who's in a wheelchair and has anxiety around driving, the whole idea of car culture is so ableist and gross and leaves a lot of disabled people without an adequate means to travel and leave their homes. Very true. Very, very true. Well, just like a little segment. I know it's not the biggest thing, but just understand, if you're working class and you're using public transport, like, these people fucking despise you. Because understand, they're not talking about just, like, the dirt on, like, the subway car. They're talking about you. They think people who use the subway are dirty. They think you're dirty. They think working class people are filthy and disgusting. That's the kind of world these guys live in. And that's what they think about you. Segment done.
Speaking of mayoral campaigns, look up Paperboy Prince's NYC mayoral page.
Who's Paperboy Prince? Who's... I'm scared. I'm scared to do that, Sake Tanuki. Thank you for the 2 tier 1 subs. Paperboy Prince NYC. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, as somebody who doesn't like clowns, this is scaring me. I really don't like clowns.
Isn't it rich?
Okay, I can't. That's nope. That's gonna be clapped, but you can watch it. Oh, he's wearing actual clown shoes. Okay. I I what is this? There's a 20-minute
$2
long
million.
documentary.
$2 million. See, most of the people that support this campaign, donating to a political campaign is so low on their budget that it's almost disrespectful for me to even ask people to donate to our campaign during a time where it's a global pandemic and the people that I'm fighting for need money. That's what this campaign is about. They need the support. They need the money.
Seems like a good egg. Seems like a good egg. I'm still gonna back Zoran Mamdani. Zoran's my guy, but like this guy seems all right. I was expecting mental illness. I was expecting someone doing a political stunt, and that's what I got. I'm still really disturbed by the clown makeup. I just really don't like clown makeup. It freaks me out, and I don't know how to like put it into words. I think it's just like a primordial fear of clowns that I developed as a child, you know? Okay. I just have another little funny for you guys, okay? Just another little funny. So, folks, there's this guy named Chris Cillizza, okay? And I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name
His
right.
clown face picture was the actual picture used for the NYC free voting guide sent to all residents.
Well, honestly, that's just great. Balthazar, thank you for the $5 super chat. I'm going to start this segment over because that is going to be inexplicable to the non-live viewers. His campaign manager is 13? I genuinely don't know if that's real. I don't know if that's true. So, folks, I know of this man, okay, named Chris Cillizza. And Chris Cillizza, he's worked at a few places, CNN, etc. He's an independent journalist now over on Substack, and he's pretty insufferable. And I think you're going to understand why I call him insufferable here as we go through this short snippet. But it's very funny. So I think that's all the prep you really need to enjoy this clip. Let's take a look.
A soccer tournament for my son, and we parked my car, which is a Tesla, and we went and watched the game. And when he and I came back, there was something attached to it that was not there when we had left. It was this. Someone had taped a sign, "Musk is a Nazi," to my car. Now, they obviously had pre-written this, or they have a bunch of them.
Elbozo.
Right? But Musk is a Nazi taped to my car. So this is the first time.
I mean, it's true. They're not wrong.
I've experienced the sort of politics of Elon Musk and Tesla, and I wanted to talk a little bit about it because
Like, just like, not, I'm sorry. You're mad because someone taped a note to your car. And I just want to point out that, like, if I was a Tesla owner, I'd be worried about my car being keyed, being vandalized, having like a far more adhesive, bumper sticker placed on it. Like, there are so many other ways this could have been bad, and you got like the least bad version of just polite pushback of people expressing that the product you have is unacceptable. And like, it's just like, man, just live your life. Live your life. You didn't do anything to your car. Birds poop on your car. Did you know that?
Because the journey I have had with this car is in some ways a journey of I think a lot of people have had with politics.
I just soft. One thing you gotta say about corporatist Dem liberals, they are soft. Soft as fuck. It's bizarre. And like, and we'll be talking about this later, but if you want to like win back men as a demographic, you can't be soft like that. And not to say that like being soft is bad, but like being soft like that. Being like crying because like someone taped the sign that accurately pointed out that someone else is a Nazi. Like, to your car that is sold by the racist. Like, it just seems to me like you should maybe be able to deal with that. Like, a good example would be like Kat Abu Ghazala, who is running a campaign right now in Chicago for, I think, a House seat. And she's been dealing with people showing up to her campaign office, threatening people working there, making violent threats to her specifically. She's been dealing with some actual shit, and instead of like complaining about it, she just put out to the public like, hey, we're raising money so we can have security at the campaign office. And like, people respond to that. And the rest of the time, she's just been like going out, she's been like doing like adopt a kitten, like kitten rescue programs. She turned her campaign office into like a food bank, food shelf, like clothing, stuff for the community. Like, it's been really good. And you know what? That's strength right there. And that's, people get it twisted in our politics. What is strength and what is soft? So, when we're talking about this, understand that the corporatists, these establishment Dems, by and large, are in the pockets of some very wealthy people, and they are soft. That's why they respond so violently towards progressives coming into their ranks. It's because they are soft, and they recognize that someone having an actual ideological belief represents a threat to them.
We need political Charmin, the ultimate balance of softness and strength.
Indeed, and comfort for your tushy. And so, when we're talking about this, understand that strength in politics is not dictated by like whether or not you can project like, I can beat up your dad, so I'm tough. Like, that's not what being tough in politics is. That's not what being soft in politics is. like, when we're talking about that conviction, actual belief, actual willingness to stand by your beliefs, that is strength. That is the currency of politics. And when you have these weak-ass Democrats essentially being like, oh, someone taped a note to my car, and that's emblematic of the downfall of Western civilization. Like, no, come on. What are you doing? What are we doing here? You know? Get someone who's willing to stand up for what's right even when it's hard. And right now, the Democratic Party is kind of caught between two different factions, and it's a faction of people who don't really fundamentally want to have principles and would rather watch the entire country burn rather than develop a single one of their own. And a faction of the party that actually gives a shit. Right? And the faction that gives a shit, it needs to win. It needs to win, otherwise we're boned. You know? Otherwise things get a lot worse. And I would rather things not get worse. I'm one of those crazy people who wants things to get better and not worse. Is he one of those third way types? My understanding is yes, though I'm not up on my Chris Chaliza lore. Chaliza, whatever, however you pronounce his name. I just thought it was really funny that he made an entire thing about, getting owned very politely. Anyway, segment done. Yo, chat, we've been going for an hour and a half. If you've been enjoying the stream, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, like the goddamn YouTube stream, and drop those subs, donos, memberships, super chats, etc. like Sake Tanuki. Sake Tanuki, thank you for the 2 tier 1 subs. Thank you for the earlier 2 tier 1 subs. And currently, chat, we are at 25 subs out of 30. Now, folks, you're getting awfully close here to what happens at 30. Do I need to I think I might tease it a little bit. Might tease you guys a little bit with what you might get.
Emily as Kemily with the power to invoke.
Oh God! All right. Now, folks, if you've been a longtime viewer of my channel, you might remember that we've previously encountered a series, an animated series called the Tuttle Twins, and well, it's recently come to my attention that there is now a 3rd season of Tuttle Twins. And I present to you the trailer for Tuttle Twins Season 3.
Emily as Kemily with the power to invoke chemical reactions. And Ethan as Alter Ethan with the power to shapeshift. Awesome!
Holy hippocampus! Where to first?
Cannonball, look out!
Bruce does not have a dad in his life. He's one of the millions of victims of the fatherless epidemic.
What's that?
Something no other kid show would dare to talk about. Vamos!
So you might be catching on to the premise of this, but for those of you who don't know, the Tuttle Twins are characters from a series of books, children's books, is my understanding, made by a bunch of libertarians in order to, push their ideology.
Don't be lasagna.
Salmonous, thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs, and that brings us over the line. We're doing some Tuttle Twin content, everybody. Is this some PragerU shit? No. It's not some PragerU shit at all. It's Angel Studios, the hit studio behind such films as
The journey I had with my car lead me to a lonely girl, living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train, going anywhere.
Going anywhere. Thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs, Sake Tanuki. Very appreciated.
What Happens at 30 is the most insufferable romantic comedy title ever. I'm donating to fund its production by the fine people behind What's a Girl to Do.
Oh god, okay, one of the things I would do with $10 billion is also give the smallest, tiniest fraction of it to fund a What's a Girl to Do big budget film. Yes, this is the Angel Studios behind God's Not Dead, as well as the was that child trafficking movie that got put out that was all the rage in conservative circles. I'm really blanking on it right now. I want to say Zero Dark 30, but I genuinely know that's incorrect. Sound of Freedom, thank you very much, Erica and Archangel and Comrade Girl 2018. So yeah, basically, it's a children's book series that got turned into an animated series by Angel Studios, and Angel Studios has continued making it, I guess, and it's Libertarian, and they it's very bizarre, as you can see from the self-referential humor, the fourth wall breaking humor that they pull out in order to address the fatherless epidemic. And genuinely, I don't understand even that joke in context, because plenty of children's films are about examining losing a parent, both the father and the mother. Like that's a very frequent trope in children's film and animation. So okay, whatever. Yeah, the other joke is that the Tuttle Twins' grandma sleeps with all the historical figures.
Mr. Rowe, is it true going to college doesn't guarantee us a good job?
No. Oh my god. Oh, I'm not ready. They got fucking Mike Rowe on their stupid animated series. They have a fucking time traveling machine, and they went and time traveled to go talk to Mike Rowe. Oh.
I'm just saying, not all knowledge comes from college.
Privacy is a right. Guard it with all your might.
Aren't you scared?
Not when I'm prepared.
Wanna play us? Okay. You're lucky this is filtered. What is that? It is I, Skelecopter.
Okay, hot take. I really like Skelecopter. I want Skelecopter in all the things. I like him. I like his gumption. He replaced both his hands with propeller blades. Polly has his cracker. Thank you for being a member on YouTube. Appreciate it.
Let me guess. Your catchphrase is like,
I've got a bone to pick. What is that thing?
Do not lie to me.
look, I'm Benjamin Franklin! That was spicy!
Oh boy. He has the same skull as Grimm from Billy and Mandy. He is like the General Grievous of Tuttle Twins. Thanks, I hate it. Yeah. Was that a knockoff Ralph Wiggum voice? Yes. I don't hate it. Why don't I hate it? Because you haven't watched it yet. Just want to say a big thank you to the Oilers. I haven't had a white name in a long time, and Riverboat Jack as well. You all are awesome. You're awesome too, Jess. Thanks for consistently showing up and watching. Also, Sake Tanuki, what is this? What is this link you dropped? Oh yes, yes. This is the PragerU version of Tuttle Twins.
Hey, Leo.
Hey, Layla.
Oh shit! Oh shit! It's a meme edit. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Don't let your kids watch it.
You just tap here and away we go. But let me get the settings right before you do that.
No.
Ronald Reagan, here I come.
Oh no.
Wow, is this what West Berlin looks like? Maybe I'll really get to meet Ronald Reagan.
I am your new god, Miss Prager.
Wow, you're really President Reagan. Nice to meet you. I'm Leo, and I came here from the future. What are you doing here?
I want to destroy socialism and the welfare state, douse them with gasoline, and set them on fire.
Oh, man. All this talk about communists is making me hungry.
Sorry, you don't live on. Children who die don't live on.
I guess you're right, but can we have a snack first? I brought jelly beans.
Why would a person be grateful for receiving an entitlement?
Hey, Mr. Reagan, can I ask you some questions?
Shut up,
Why did they build the Berlin Wall in Germany?
because it is not France.
What's the INF?
It stands for incest, N-word, feces.
You're amazing, Mr. Reagan.
Holy
You
shit.
saved everyone's lives and made them better at the same time.
I'm a very appealing man. Execute powerful, unimaginable terror.
Yeah, freedom for everyone.
There you are, Leo. I've been looking for you everywhere.
I'm immortal. Working toilet.
I was not prepared. I was not prepared for that.
Garbage. Pure, undiluted garbage. Meaningless, drivel, nonsense. That's all they were. Junk. And when I thought, this is what these kids in this preschool are seeing.
I want all of you to know that that soundboard clip is 100% unedited. That is a real thing that Dennis Prager said in one of the videos of his that we went over years ago, and it's one of my favorite sound drops. It's so fucking funny. Yeah, he's talking about how disgusting and awful the finger painting of kindergartners is. Fuck. All right. Chat, I need to go use the bathroom. When I return, we will we'll take a gander at some Tuttle Twins together, okay? I'm not prepared for this, and I know it's gonna fucking send me. Let's see here. Oh, I do have to continue updating the count. Let's see here. Do. Okay. There we go. BRB, folks. Can we come with you? No, I need to pee. I need privacy to pee. But when I come back, we'll do that. I'm trying to think. Was there something else I needed to say? Can't think. Too much pee. BRB.
Oh, which side are you on? Which side are you on? which side are you on? Come all of you good workers, good news to you I'll tell of how the good old Union has come in here to dwell. Oh, which side are you on? Which side are you on? Oh, which side are you on? Which side are you on? My daddy was a miner, and I'm a miner's son, and I'll stick with the Union till every battle's won. Oh, which side are you on? Which side are you on? Oh, which side are you on? Which side are you on? They say in LA County there are no neutrals there. You'll either be a Union man or a scab for the boss, beware. Oh, which side are you on? Which side are you on? Oh, which side are you on? Which side are you on? Oh, workers, can you stand it? Oh, tell me how you can. Will you be a lousy scab or will you be a man? Oh, which side are you on? Which side are you on? Oh, which side are you on? Which side are you on? Don't scab for the bosses, don't listen to their lies. Us poor folks haven't got a chance unless we organize. Oh, which side are you on? Which side are you on? Oh, which side are you on? Which side are you on? Oh, 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 which side are you on? In 1948, the natives were expelled from the land of their ancestors, their homes and cities shelled. From the traitors in Transjordan to clandestine British demand, by the settlers' Zionist army that rampaged across the land. Oh, Palestine, we hear your desperate plea that once again across the land your people can be free. Oh, Palestine, your people live in fear. We demand your emancipation from the river to the sea. 1967, Israel did invade to conquer and to colonize what little had remained. The people of old Palestine, once again their fates entwined with the Zionist occupation of their homes and weary minds. Oh, Palestine, we hear your desperate plea that once again We demand your emancipation from the river to the sea. In 2023, they've come a final time to destroy your homes and families with a murderous, lethal design. The bombs our head are falling as our leaders continue their lies. The sky does glow and the blood it flows as we hear the children's cries. Oh Palestine, oh Palestine, we hear your desperate plea that once again across the land your people can be free. Oh Palestine, your people live in fear. We demand your emancipation from the river to the sea. We stand with your emancipation. Your people will be free.
In a pleasant wooded valley lived a huntsman tall and able. He relied on skill and cunning for the food upon his table. He would walk the forest shadows with his little son in tow, teaching him the archer's art and all that he should know. Keep your eye clear and keen like a falcon on the wing. Keep your heart strong and steady like your hand upon the string. Never bow to a tyrant while your people are laid low, for the highest head may fall to the man who wields a bow. In the valley there was freedom and a man was left to living, but as year gave way to year the ruling men grew less forgiving. On a day as black as death a governor to rule them came, turning landsmen into slaves, and Gessler was his name. In the center of the village Gessler set a lofty pillar, and he ordered every subject, be he serf or be he miller, to do homage to the hat that Gessler placed atop the pole, or to forfeit to the crown his life if not his soul. But the huntsman William Tell came into town the morning after. William heard of Gessler's order and could only roar with laughter. Honest men should hold a rank above a petty autocrat. I would never bow to him, I'll not bow to his hat. Keep your eye clear and keen like a falcon on the wing. Keep your heart strong and steady like your hand upon the string. Never bow to a tyrant while your people are laid low, for the highest head may fall to the man who wields a bow. Gessler's soldiers seized the huntsman and his little son for treason, but the people of the village cried for mercy and for reason. Gessler stays the execution, but a cruel test contrives. Prove to me your skill, and you may ransom back your lives. I have heard it said you have no peer with longbow and with arrow, that your shaft can find the quickest hare and fell the smallest sparrow. On the head of your young son I'll place an apple ripe and red. Split it with one shot, or at my word you both are dead. William Tell went to his son and said, I swear I will not hurt you. Courage will not bow to fear, nor shall this evil conquer virtue. Turn your face towards our home and stand as still as any tree. I will split the apple, we shall soon be home and free. Keep your eye clear and keen like a falcon on the wing. Keep your heart strong and steady like your hand upon the string. Never bow to a tyrant while your people are laid low. For the highest head may fall to the man who wields a bow. Every tongue was still and silent as the archer paced the distance. Gessler's soldiers lined the square and there was no hope of resistance. William knocked a single arrow, put his shoulders back and drew. Then the arrow sang and split the apple clean in two. All at once the crowd erupted into cheers and into chatter, and a second arrow fell from William's quiver with a clatter. Gessler said, "Why hold two arrows when I bid you shoot but one? That one would have found your heart if I had shot my son." "Take the archer now and hang him," Gessler to his men was crying. But before the soldiers moved, the archer and his son were flying. From the shelter of the wood, the hunter loosed a final dart. Gessler died with William's arrow buried in his heart. Keep your eye clear and keen like a falcon on the wing. Keep your heart strong and steady like your hand upon the string. Never bow to a tyrant while your people are laid low. For the highest head may fall to the man who wields a bow. Keep your eye clear and keen like a falcon on the wing. Keep your heart strong and steady like your hand upon the string. Never bow to a tyrant while your people are laid low. For the highest head may fall to the man who wields a bow.
Hey, 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 how we doing, folks? What's this song? This is William Tell by Ken Theriot. Or Theriot. Theriot. Banger song, I agree. Townsend Alexo. Hell yeah, free Palestine. Been doing some looking up since the break to see what's been going on with Dennis Prager since his fall. It's, you know, he's not doing great.
Quietly singing that song, not paying attention. Then I hear Jack joining in and was like, what? I had a chuckle.
Well, good. I'm glad, One-Eyed Heathen. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciated. Let's Tuttle it up. Let's Tuttle Twin, baby. Now, let's see here. Tuttle Twins is legitimately why I started being a chatter here. Hell yeah. Let's see. Come on, I need more Tuttle Twins. Hey! There we go. Got a new code to verify my email. This is Speemail. Okay, we've got the Tuttle Twins here. Season 3. The College Conundrum. I need it. I need it right now. Oh no! Oh no, Tuttle Twins isn't allowing just anybody to watch the show anymore. Oh no.
Kids.
Oh no. Let's see here. Surely there's a playlist. Full episodes. Oh boy. Well, you know, this'll go down all right.
How is it 2025 and we still don't have card games on MOTORCYCLES?
Wait, why? How is it 2025 and text-to-speech can't say motorcycles? Also, Sake Tanuki, thank you for the 2 tier 1 subs. Appreciated. All right, here we go. I think you guys will understand the show's ethos. Okay? God, why? Why are you like this? There we go. I present to you an episode of the Tuttle Twins, okay?
I'm so tired of everything getting so expensive.
If only we could control the money, then we could fix the money problems ourselves.
That's what they all say. Get in! We're doing a Bitcoin sequel!
Wait, I'm sorry. Okay, wait. So this is a full episode. Is this a sponsored segment by swan.com? I'm assuming that's a crypto site of some kind. Oh no. Oh no. Matt Binder, Humanist Report, thank you very much for the raids. Welcome, folks. We're about to jump into taking a look at the Tuttle Twins series that apparently is now gone full crypto. They made an entire animated episode that I think is about how good Bitcoin is. So, you know, like, perfect crossover here right now. Welcome. I hope you guys had great streams. Welcome everybody. And let's do this thing. Swan is crypto? Hell yeah. Let's watch this libertarian nightmare.
Uncle Jamie says Bitcoin is a pet rock. It doesn't do anything. Then again, Uncle Jamie does spend a concerning amount of time with his pet rocks. Jamie, time for dinner!
I'm not doing anything weird in here, Mom!
Let Uncle Jamie play Smoochy Kiss with his pet rocks. There's nothing wrong with that. Dare Dragon Warrior, thank you for the $2 super chat, but also just there are so many layers going on here. There are so many layers. Why are they recreating like the creation of Adam or whatever that famous the famous painting? You know what I'm talking about. Where Adam's like, and God's like, You know which one I'm talking about. Like, I know they're doing Captain Crunch, but like, why is Captain Crunch in the position of God? Or their knockoff Captain Crunch is in the position of the creation of man. Thank you. It's almost funny. It's almost funny, except that they're just like, just there's no irony here, you know?
Yes, sir. Did you see anything? No, sir. I didn't see you playing with your dolls again. Good.
Socket Tanuki, thank you for the 2 tier 1 subs. Appreciate it. Also, why is he a chaplain? As far as I understand it, a captain has authority. I don't think a chaplain really has any authority. So, is this the Bitcoin sequel where you travel back in time to examine why, in fact, it's not good to allow private production of currency? Are you going back to the Italian city-states to, like, examine how different currencies being controlled by different, like, wealthy families squabbling against each other was actually not great? Are we going back to, like, different when like different kingdoms allowed their various provinces to just like do whatever they wanted with money, and it consistently collapsed the economy regularly?
Would you say the libertarians are the generative AI of the right?
I would say that libertarians are the most easily impressed by AI of the right, if that's a meaningful distinction. Like, libertarians think of AI as like, and they like, you know, they feel an unhealthy arousal towards it, you know? That's taxing you behind. No. That. Oh god. We left the gold standard because it became readily apparent that like the stability and military might of like the United States government would serve as a sufficient backing for currency. Okay, like that's like we left the gold standard because it allowed for more economic activity than limiting the money supply in that way. Like, kind of like how when for example, billionaires, right? How billionaires make their money, right? Is that they have billions of dollars. They have a company, let's say. They take, instead of taking a salary from that company, what they do is they pay themselves in shares of the company, and then they leverage those shares to get a loan from a bank. And the bank gives them that loan backed by, what their shares in the company. And they just have money that is not connected at all to like their income, really. Okay?
We left the gold standard because of the gold rush. Gold prices fell and everyone swapped gold coins for silver, melted it down, and sold raw silver.
Yeah, and there was like a big conversation about like gold standard, silver standard. There were like people who were fighting to have like gold replace or silver replace gold. It's like a whole thing. But
CGP Grey made some great videos on it.
Ultimately, what it became was, when it became known that like, oh, you can actually just have it not attached to anything. Well, you can attach it to the trustworthiness of the U.S. military, the global empire of America, right? And it's just like, it's a complicated issue, but to say like, oh, they just wanted to tax you more in the form of inflation, that's just not what happened. It's just not what happened. Take again, like just a real quick moment to recognize that they're doing this episode while branded by Swan.com, a cryptocurrency company or exchange of some kind, and it just kind of seems even more dystopian when you're like recognizing this is this has been sponsored by a cryptocurrency company. So like, to be completely clear here, a cryptocurrency company sponsored this episode to propagandize to children to get them to buy crypto. You know? It's nuts. Oh boy, we love seeing propaganda made to convince children, pushing the idea that we should end the Federal Reserve. like they're fear mongering about stable coins. Like, is that like basically the thrust of this? Genuinely, I don't know that much about CBDCs, but like that just seems like you're getting a stable coin with like maybe a different backer. Like if it's the US government, for example, it'd be backed by the government. If it's like a different kind of stable coin, it'd be backed by presumably some kind of private agency or company. I was doing a bit. They're just doing the actual. This is they're advertising cryptocurrencies to children. They literally have an ad for a cryptocurrency exchange geared towards children. What? How? Okay, now I'm not a lawyer at all. Surely there's some kind of law against that, right? Surely there's some kind of law against like trying to market meme coins to children, right? I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know what if there's a law against this, but that's on TV, yes. On the internet, that might be an important distinction. Genuinely, not really. Damn. Yeah, the laws. I believe you're right, VinnyVax. I think the laws against marketing to children apply only to television, which is really messed up. Sorry, does no one like at any point who holds this ideology stop and think what would happen if, like, say, instead of the government having currency, instead it was multinational corporations, and you had to have different currency with each corporation in order to do business with them? Like, did they not see how, like, if we just start getting individualized currency for every, like, major corporation, how that is ultimately going to just end in disaster? Like, holy shit. We've literally gone through this before in society. We can take a look at the past and see what happened and why that was a bad idea.
Uncontrolled money won't solve all the world's problems, but it will force the government, companies, and people to...
Yeah, exactly. Like we're talking, like, in order to buy a Big Mac, you need to, like, use McCoin. You know, in order to like, I don't know, pay your parking ticket, you need to use Palantir tokens. In order to, I don't know, like, I'm trying to think of a company. I'm just so upset right now. In order to shop at Walmart, you need Wallcoin. It just seems like this is obvious why this would be bad. And a lot of that is all predicated on there being a fundamental US currency with which to buy those things, you know? And ultimately what that kind of leads to is just the recreation of company script, you know, like different, you know, and different exchange rates between different currencies that can be privately controlled by the company that issues the coin, you know? And like, then you start getting into like other areas where, like, well, okay, it's dipping into the Pornhub cash. Yeah. I don't know, it just seems kind of like ultimately we've been through this before and it doesn't work out that great. And what ultimately happens if there's a breakdown between exchanges of these coins, right? Like what happens when those exchanges break down? What happens to services when things go dark? You know, like that's one of the nice things about cash is if, you know, the machines at your local store are broken, you can pay in cash anyway. No one reads history? I guess not. Maybe we'll have to do a deep dive on like banking. Just okay, like you know, I just don't think if a grown man was playing with rocks by himself, he'd be making those jokes. You know, like I think if a grown man was playing with pet rocks with another grown man who likes pet rocks, they would make rock jokes to each other. But I don't think you do it.
Why does this make me wish I was
by
stoned?
yourself. Why does this make you wish you were stoned? Because it would probably be a lot better. Thank you for the 2 tier 1 subs. Rebecca! I'll give 10 subs if anybody gets my reference. I don't know what that reference is. I'm real sorry here.
Thank you, Granite Yellen. Cute.
What is a child supposed to get out of that? What child knows who Janet Yellen is in order to understand the joke Granite Yellen? No kid. This is a show made for children, but it's. Let me put it this way. You know how like sometimes like an animated movie gets put out and it's like, oh, there's something for everyone. You know, there's something for the kids, there's something for the adults. This is a show entirely made for adults, but it's marketing itself to children, which makes it so much worse. When you amplify misinformation, it can certainly lead people to doing things that they otherwise wouldn't do. That's so true. Ha 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 ha. Seed oils. Yeah. Ha 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 ha. See. Ha ha.
We made Tuttle Twins to teach our own kids about natural rights, inflation, Bitcoin, the dangers of communism, cronyism, free speech, free markets, free trade, free Julian Assange. Just kidding, but please do.
I didn't know this man looked like this. I didn't know this man looked like this. All right. Okay.
So, if you also like those ideas, you can watch Tuttle Twins with your kids for free at angel.com or in the Angel app.
Don't forget to buy crypto on swan.com. Man, that was worse than I ever possibly could have prepared myself for. You didn't know, but are you surprised? No. The vibes are just so, like, the vibes are rancid, guys. Now, I have to go pee. It's not going to take me as long as last time, but, like, dang. God damn, can we watch the commie one? Unfortunately, our options are going to be limited when it comes to Tuttle Twins content. However, we can peruse their YouTube channel, so we'll hop around. Maybe we'll do a couple segments that can be uploaded at various times on the YouTube. But if you like that, like, comment, and subscribe. Now, folks, I really need to pee again. I've been drinking a lot of water today, so I really apologize, but I will be RB.
Those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable.
yes, we had to deny so many claims per month to meet our shareholders' expectations.
Including children, have lost their health insurance.
What's so frustrating is that politicians have spent decades, saying they recognize the problem, and they make promises to do something about it, and then almost nothing happens.
You know what they say to themselves in the dark. It's only a crime if you don't wear a tie. We keep them all busy paying their fines. Hear the epiphany, light up the spark. You know what they say to themselves in the dark. It's only a crime if you don't
Seniors
wear a
are
tie.
the fastest growing segment of the homeless population.
And this is a great thing because it inspires everybody, gets the motivation to look up to the 1% and say,
Now they're looking at your post, they're looking at your anger, and they're moving to apprehend those who say something in anger.
Increasingly by choice or by accident, this is the role our nation has taken, the role of those who make peaceful revolution impossible by refusing to give up the privileges and the pleasures that come from the immense profits of overseas investments.
This is a brand new song. This is the first time.
I'm back, y'all. Who is this artist? That artist was Sweet Myths Music, friend of the show. Oof. There we go. There we go. See here. Okay. So we're going to continue. There's a really good campaign ad against Lindsey Graham I put in topic suggestions. You'd love it. I'll check it out maybe tomorrow. I'm real overwhelmed. So this is like the content we're doing tonight, I know is not my best, but it's the best I'm capable of today. I'll check it out when I'm prepping the show tomorrow. Let's see. Okay. Take a look here at a few of these. What is government overreach? If politicians were farm animals. What happens to a nation without fathers? Cool. Is fair pay the same as equal pay? Nice. I can see where that's going just from the thumbnail. The Kimsons. What happens if you speak your mind in North Korea? Outsmarting fake news. Okay. Why are government services so slow? You know, genuinely, I haven't had a problem with government services being super slow. Except, you know, when they get defunded by Republicans. Is capitalism rigged? That might be good. Let's go with that one. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Clicking the button. So, folks, I come to you again with yet another edition of our Tuttle Twins examination, and I have to say, you know, sometimes this show asks important questions like, is capitalism rigged? And you all know that I would say yes, obviously. But let's see how did the Tuttle Twins approach this question?
If you have a capitalist society, how did everything get so bad?
Capitalism isn't bad, it's cronyism that's bad.
Many years ago, our planet was prosperous and fair, but then capitalism destroyed it.
Capitalism? Isn't that just people freely buying and selling the things they need and want?
Sounds good to me.
When big retail Armard moved to town, our little mom and pop stores were driven out of business. Thousands of us lost jobs. We all used to keep our money in local banks, but then Big Recoin Bank put those out of business. Even though Big Recoin keeps making risky choices with our money. Nose Picker couldn't pay rent and became dentless for a while. And when the big R&R pharmacy became greedy and rushed a bad batch of medicine, my sister Quilter here got sick.
Yeah, again, this is capitalism. That you're describing how capitalism works.
I used to be a small, dainty raccoon with nimble fingers. Now I'm 6 foot 700 pounds of terrible Quilter.
Still in love with capitalism now?
This all seems terrible, but I still think capitalism...
Well, and why don't you marry it?
Don't talk to my sister that way. And also, that's not how that joke works. Is there something Grandma hasn't told us? Why would capitalism allow this to happen?
Clearly, it's because they had a centralized currency. If only they had embraced crypto, then none of this would have happened.
Don't know! This isn't communism. There's no dictator here. This system should be working.
Transparency, cronyism.
Are you the Oracle?
Yep, that's me. Want a cookie?
No thanks. I'm allergic to tetanus.
More for me. Cookie?
Still no.
Still more for me. Yum, 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 yum. Hundreds of years ago, our 4 raccoon fathers created a free society. George Trashington became our first leader who wasn't a scary king. Benjamin Franklin helped write our raccoon-stitution. But before all of them...
Thanks, I hate it. I hate this.
The father of capitalism, Adam Smith, Raccoon Face.
Yeah, they didn't even try with that one.
Seems like you guys just sort of copied our history and put the word raccoon everywhere.
Well, maybe you copied us.
Can't argue with that, but then if you have a capitalist society, how did everything get so bad?
Think of it like a game of trashy soccer. Each team competes to win the game, and the referee makes sure the teams play by the rules.
I'm following.
But what if the ref only called penalties on one team?
That would be so unfair!
And Grandma would swear at the TV even more.
Well, capitalism is like a game where each company competes to win customers and their money. The government should be a fair ref. But sometimes they cheat and help...
Okay, I'm just gonna throw this out there. Capitalism should be a fair game where each company competes. Except that I'm just gonna use R-Mart and Family Bakery here. Family Bakery does not have access to the same logistical supply chain that R-Mart has. Even if the government were to play completely fair between R-Mart and Family Bakery, R-Mart would eventually undercut Family Bakery. For example, R-Mart can sell goods at a loss and undercut Family Bakery on a long enough timeline for Family Bakery to be run out of business and for R-Mart to be the only bakery left in town, right? That can all happen without the government being unfair in this circumstance, okay? So, like, this example is deeply flawed in of itself. And then if you bring in the fact that, well, R-Mart can now also lobby the government and purposely, you know, tilt it in things in its favor, like, well, then you get, like, obviously the the deck is stacked against Family Bakery.
Some companies over others.
Like when Big Bob bribed Mayor Jenkins with campaign money.
In our world, we call them Rock Big Bob Coon.
Can we just, like...
Like when Big Bob bribed Mayor Jenkins with campaign.
What? This looks like a... This looks like, I don't know, like some kind of homoerotic meeting. And, you know, I'm kind of here for it.
Campaign money.
In our world, we call them Rock Big Bob Coon and Mayor Raccoonkins.
Okay. Or protectionist laws that unfairly block competition?
Or money from subsidies like...
Okay, but, like, genuine question here. If you exist in an economic system that prioritizes profit over everything else, right? Why would a company play fair? Right? Genuine question. Why would a company play fair? If they have the ability to buy political favors, why would they not do that? And even if they don't have the ability, but they know that, like, there's going to be, like, a fine of X amount of money by attempting to do that, that might be worth the cost to them. You know, especially if they reach a large enough size. So, like, when we're talking about this, the system inherently lends itself towards this unbalancing as it siphons more and more money to, like, the wealthiest people on the planet, you know?
Like the car wash companies that put us out of business.
Capitalism isn't bad, it's cronyism that's bad.
Again, cronyism is an outgrowth of capitalism. It is one of the things capitalism does. Or like Walmart driving out other businesses because they market their products as cheaper just to drive their competitors out. Exactly, Ienzo.
Cronyism is when government favors one business or industry over another.
So here on this planet, it's not...
And that is what has been unleashed by literal decades upon decades of businesses fighting to have restrictions on them lifted. One of the biggest restrictions on them that was lifted was Citizens United, which allowed them to pour unlimited amounts of money into political races, to buy political favors. That is a feature of the system of capital.
It's not capitalism at all? It's cronyism?
Yes. Yes, yes! Cookie?
So how do we stop it?
Transparency makes corruption flee.
Transparency?
Wanna eat what's in here?
Ooh.
What about now?
Nope.
It's transparent. And that's how it should be with government. Big companies should have to tell everyone how much money they give to politicians. And politicians should have
Oh no, I agree with that one.
to tell everyone the favors they give to those companies.
They already do that, though. Like, politicians publicly vote on all of the favors they do to their donors. Like, that's already done. But I would go one step further and say companies should not be allowed to give money to politicians. Hot take here, but maybe we shouldn't allow lobbying. Maybe that would be good, actually, if we did not.
Imagine if politicians wore a jacket of all the companies controlling them.
Oh.
But how do we prove this is cronyism to the raccoon people?
Follow the money.
What does that even mean?
Follow the money, 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 money.
Ethan!
Oh, so she was being literal.
They're gonna vote one way.
Wait, is that President Rabies?
Why are those business owners here?
We forgot about the tools Grandma gave us!
Anyway, thank you all for your generous campaign donations. Doug from Armart, Rascal Roscoon from Raccoon Bank, Janice from R&R Pharmacy, Gary from Raccoon Gas.
I told you guys I'm mind gas. I don't have it.
Why are these businesses giving the president so much money?
Let's follow the money. I'll keep watch.
Why are these businesses giving politicians so much money? Let's follow the money to more money. Wait, did I miss? Wait, I'm sorry.
Anyway, thank you all for your generous campaign donations. Doug from Armart, Rascal Roscoon from Raccoon Bank, Janet.
I'm sorry.
Doug from Armart, Rascal Roscoon.
Rascal Rothscoon. They made a fucking Rothschild meme in their kids cartoon. Who's playing with money?
From Raccoon Bank.
And he runs the fucking bank? Yeah. Okay.
Janice from R&R Pharmacy. Gary from Raccoon Gas.
I told you guys I'm mind gas. I don't have it.
Oh, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the meme tapestry conservatives like to weave, the Rothschilds are basically like the Jewish family that they all say is like helping to like overtake the world on behalf of like Judaism in order to weaken all of the non-Jewish nations to be taken over. It's one of the oldest anti-Semitic conspiracies, and I honestly I know that this show has no compunction about doing that, but I am still surprised that they would make a reference like that in this show.
These businesses giving the
Again, ostensibly for children.
president so much money.
Let's follow the money. I'll keep watch.
Ethan, a little help?
Oh, and another part of it is that the allegation or the conspiracy is that like, oh, the Rothschilds control all of the world's banks, because they're Jewish and like Jews control the banks. It's like a whole thing like that had like multiple layers going on.
Ethan, the trail of money literally leads to a laptop labeled secret backroom deals I made.
Who labels their computer that?
When I'm reelected, you'll all get what we bargained for. Even you, Gassy Gary!
Hurry!
Yeah, basically every prominent anti-Semite you've heard of in like history from like the 1800s to like the 1900s believes in the Rothschilds conspiracy. They like Hitler. You have like various terrorists in their manifestos. You got Marjorie Taylor Greene saying like the Rothschilds are doing business deals to use a Jewish space laser to start wildfires in California and Hawaii. It's insidious.
Come on!
Well, it's about time I leave for the debate.
I'll see you after my re-election.
Now to swing by my office and grab my laptop with incriminating evidence on it.
Hurry, Ellie!
Oh, come on, think! Follow the money.
Follow the money.
Yes! Whoa.
And remember those subsidies you promised, Arnmark. You got it.
And you're sure no one will be able to sue R&R Pharmacy if the medicine, what's the phrase, seriously maims them?
You got it. And we'll be the only gas provider on Raccoonius 5. You got it. And why are you filming our secret meeting?
I'm a narcissist.
Come on, come on, come on! Just a little bit more! Ethan!
Weird. I thought I heard dramatic spy music in here.
Thank God. I just... That really went places, you know? Yeah, like I just there's nothing really to say except like that was bad. It was painful on like so many different levels. And like when conservatives set out to make like art or content like this, it's, you know, I know it seems kind of trite these days to be like, oh man, I bet it's going to be anti-Semitic, but like genuinely at this point you can just start saying like conservatives are anti-Semitic, you know, like just straight up, you know? Just show your kids normal cartoons, man. Right? You know, like modern cartoons still have their problems, but like damn, I would be so confused if I had a kid that sought this out by themselves, you know? But the sad part is clearly what's happening is that parents who believe this shit are showing their children it, and then when like their children like don't get something, they're like, you see, Timmy, that's because Jews run the world. And it's just like it's just like prompting the question in order to like, you know, spread the conspiracy. Watch Bravest Warriors instead. True. Here's their take on Neverland. Oh god. Oh god. Their take on Neverland. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that one next. It's fine. We'll do another one. It's all good. All right. Tuttle Twins are, you know, I love forgetting that they exist, and every so often I'm reminded, you know? With that segment done. Okay, folks. We're going to we're gonna talk about it. You guys have been asking for it for the last tens of seconds. I present to you Why Dad Disappeared, a modern family mystery, presented to you by the Tuttle Twins. You know, clearly this animated series is on the cutting edge of conservative talking points, and honestly, we all need to know what happened to dads. What happened to them? We can't. Where are they?
Whoa! A mermaid lagoon? A cave that looks like a skull? A problematic Native American village? We must be in Neverland!
Oh boy. That last one, you know, like I don't know. We're literally 10 seconds in and I'm already just like losing my shit. Like, one, it's weird that they would point that out, and two, it's weird that like the child's tone remains like gleeful and joyous about caricatures of Native Americans. Like that's, oh god. Okay.
Or a Neverland adjacent parody to avoid copyright infringement.
Ooh, and look! That tiny pirate ship is firing that little cannonball at us! Okay, huge cannonball! Look out! Ah! Ah! Oh no!
There you are, Mr. Flea. Did we get them?
Chat, if you're feeling devoid, I'll be your daddy.
Paladin, thank you for the $5 dono.
Aye, aye, sir!
Typical parrot sound. Caw, caw.
Peter Pan.
Actually, it's Peter Papa. And welcome to Neverdad, a magical island.
I'm sorry. I'm real sorry.
Actually, it's Peter Papa.
Like, did the person who made this episode like watch the movie Hook and just hate it? Did like the movie Hook like emotionally scar them when it came out? And this is their revenge? Like, why? Why? Feel like someone watched a lot of Ren and Stimpy as a child? Yeah, and then just, you know, got shittier as an adult.
And welcome to Neverdad, a magical...
Also, like, I'm sorry, they're acting horrified, but, like, he literally just saved your godforsaken lives.
Island symbolizing the complex issue of fatherlessness. Ah, and here are the lost dads.
I won't grow up.
And I never learned the requisite tools to be a responsible and active parent.
You mean you're all dads?
Technically, but we haven't seen our kids in years, and they're better off without us.
Yay! Oh, great! We've always wanted a raccoon lost dad.
Derek.
Lost dads, why are you here? Why did you leave your kids?
Fatherhood is hard, and I didn't ask for it. What did I do to deserve having kids?
You had kids?
I made some mistakes, broke the law, and ended up in jail for far too long. After I finished serving my time, I wasn't sure my family would accept me back into their lives, so I came here instead.
I never had the patience for fatherhood, and all I see on TV are dumb dads anyway. I'm just another deadbeat.
Television's the reason he never became a dad. What? Yeah, also, yeah, they had the one black dad go to jail for doing crimes. Also, like, that's a very genuine pain. Just like, as an aside, like, if he got sent to jail, being worried that your family wouldn't accept you back based on like the crimes you did or whatever would be a pretty valid fear, especially if they didn't like visit you in prison or something. You know, like, that would be a reasonable thing to think about and struggle with. As opposed to this guy who's like, I didn't even see any good dads on TV. And it's like, what TV were you watching? There were plenty of good dads on TV. Fuck off.
And honestly, my own dad left us when we were young. I don't know the first thing about fatherhood. Besides, we couldn't get back to them even if we wanted to. Stinker smell hasn't made much pixie dust in ages. Now, who wants to play Follow the Lever and forget about child support?
Yay!
So, do you go by Captain or just Hook?
Wow! Since when do we...
As everyone knows, fatherlessness is definitely just you know, it's created by a bunch of men just going like, hey, we don't, let's just run away from our responsibilities forever. Ha ha ha. Like, that's, yep, that's the exact systematic issue here. Definitely not anything deeper or more material.
We call each other by our disabilities. I don't call you Mr. Wheelchair.
Also, no analysis of over-policing. Well, of course not. Why would they spend effort talking about over-policing or any of the fundamental economic issues of like means testing, various social services, or like why talk about any of that?
Chair.
Sorry, jeez. What would you like to be called?
What would I like to be called?
Detecting spontaneous musical number.
As the
Oh,
captain
God.
of a
Oh,
pirate
God.
ship, my life is rife with plunder. But when I lay my head at night, I stop and often wonder.
Oh,
Can
God.
gold doubloons or treasure coves compare and measure to the love of fatherhood and raising up a child? Ah.
Didn't really answer my question, but okay.
Following our fathers, our fathers, our fathers. Following our fathers by not being one.
Those dads don't see the pain and damage they're inflicting on their kids.
And they don't see how important.
Wait, but neither do we. Like maybe their kids are fine. Wait, maybe their kids are fine. We don't know that.
Important their role as a father actually is.
But how do we make them see?
I'd be a jolly Roger if someone called me father. I'd be filled with joy to play catch with my girl or boy. I'd leave my life of luxury to feed my children with fruit cheese. I'd hang up all my hats to be a Jew.
So why do you
Yeah.
hate the lost dads?
Because
Wait, why can't he do that? Like what's stopping him? He owns his own pirate ship. He has loads of booty. Why can't he go out and get some bitches? What's stopping Captain Hook from going out and doing some speed dating? You know, why can't he rizz up a lady in the club? Do you have any idea how good a starting point, how good a hook, if you will, missing a hand might be in this circumstance? Because he's into men. You could still hit on bitches if you're into men. Okay? Bitch is a gender neutral term, all right? I know that from the gay male community, all right? Gay men, you be calling each other bitches all the time. All I'm saying, like, whatever he's into, he clearly has the means to go out and get it. And all I'm saying is that he should. I don't know, like if he's like, oh, but then I won't have my kid. Like, I'd just fucking adopt a kid. Adoption exists.
I think what that means is that we should call him Captain Blended Family Harem.
Oh no, are you oh-godding me? Did I say something that was too controversial yet brave? I don't call anyone bitches, but I'm a lesbian, not a guy. That's fair. I call myself a bitch.
they found the greatest treasure of all time, fatherhood, and they're squandering it like fools. Plus, they chopped off my wiping hand.
Nice shot!
Wait, you know, maybe they I'm sorry, maybe they shouldn't be fathers if they chopped off a guy's hand. Like, you know, actually, the facts of this video are really coming to light here, and frankly, maybe they shouldn't be fathers if they're chopping off hands.
See, kids? Who needs a dad when you can have this much fun?
You're wrong. Not having a dad is never fun.
See for yourself.
Wait, what if you have two moms? If you have two moms, then that can actually be a fun time, even if you don't have a dad. Like, I don't know.
Is that my son?
Oh my
Leaving his
God.
family? Just like how I left him.
Without having a dad in his life, he didn't know how to be a dad to his own kid.
Yeah, and as we all know, children who grow up in single-parent households just never learn how to be good parents themselves, apparently. I mean, apparently they can learn if they're like a girl who grows up in a single-parent home, apparently. But, you know, if you're a boy in a single-parent home and that parent is, you know, a mother, then, like, you're just fucked for life, apparently. Like, I don't know. This seems to be overly narrativizing things a little bit in a way that does not reflect reality.
What have I done?
Now you see it.
My dad was never there, and I hated it. Now I've done the same thing.
Lost dads, listen up.
Lost dads, you are abandoning your kids. Some of them may be living in poverty and leading very hard lives.
As fun as the island of Never Dad seems, sacrificing and being present for your kids is much more fulfilling. When dads step up, kids level up. When they don't, the cycle of fatherless homes just repeats.
Lost dads, you aren't doomed to repeat what's been done to you. You can break free.
I want to go.
Can we just real quick, just real quick, we just pull this out here. Yeah, here you go. Here's a show from like 11 years ago dealing with a very similar concept, okay? But like, I don't know, this is a show that was actually made for children and not to like lecture weird middle-aged conservatives.
Imagine a magical place, a land filled with mystery, with hidden pathways to explore, and the most famous pirate of all, Captain Hook.
Finders keepers!
That's not very nice.
I am not a very nice person.
Every day on the all-new Disney Junior on Disney Channel.
Yo-ho, let's go!
Discover a show
Ahoy, mateys!
with all-new Neverland tales. Ahoy, it's Jake and the Neverland Pirates.
Everybody say the pirate password. Yo-ho-ho!
Disney Junior invites you to set sail with the Neverland crew. With Jake,
Let's try to see where Hook landed.
Izzy,
I've got an idea.
Cubby,
My map shows that this path leads to Sailor Swamp.
and Scully.
Pirate hats for everybody!
Woohoo!
Every day on Disney Junior, join Jake's crew and journey to the shores of Neverland.
The Jolly Roger be heading this way!
Shiver me timbers! It's Captain Hook's ship.
Full speed ahead!
What does that sneaky pirate want now? Gangway!
Hunt for special treasure.
What kind of trickery is this?
Explore Pirate Island.
Watch out, Jake!
And for the first time ever, you can challenge Captain Hook
Reach out and hang onto the glider with us.
every day.
The glider, it's coming back. They're coming for us. Watch out, Steve. Hit the deck.
It wasn't very nice.
Anyway, look, all I'm saying here is that that's the energy and like the writing of a show that understands what appeals to children and is like gunning for it. Not like a basic monologue to the camera about how, you know, middle-aged fathers need to return to the families they abandoned. And also, I'm just going to throw this out there, okay? If you're a dad that walked out on your family and left them and they've been going for like 5-10 years. I don't know that that family wants you back necessarily. Like that's not at all a given, right? Like you fucked up on like a primal fundamental level. And so like it's not like you come back and they're just like, "Oh, come on in." It's like everything was how it was. You know, you've broken something and it takes effort and work to repair that. And it might take effort and work that lasts your entire life. And it might still not be enough. Okay? Yeah, if you can like open a dialogue and see what the family you left needs or wants from you, that's something you can do. But like this the Tuttle Twins here is treating like the breaking of that relationship as like, oh, you can just whoopsie doodle it. It's totally fine. You know, sure, you went out for a pack of smokes 20 years ago, but like now they really want you back. No, that's not how that works. At least not generally.
Go back. I want to be there for my son and grandchildren. Oh no! What is it, Stink? He's fading.
It's probably because we're not father material. I mean, look at us. Who would believe that?
I'm sorry
we
to
could
hear
be
that,
good
Konami the
dads?
Alpha.
I do. Being a good dad starts with believing you can be one.
I do believe in fathers. I do.
What?
I do believe in fathers. I do.
I do believe in fathers. I do.
I do believe in fathers. I do.
I do believe in fathers. I do. I do believe in fathers. I do.
All right, now, think selfless thoughts. Working to take responsibility for my own life, so one day I can be responsible for my kids.
Teaching my daughter to fix the car, even though it'll take 4 times longer than just fixing it myself.
Watching my kid's violin recital for 2 hours.
I trade my ship and all its sails for nursery rhymes and bedtime tales, for life upon the sea cannot compare for me, for life's great journey.
I'm sorry, are they implying the rest of us don't believe in the existence of fathers? Mayor Fancy Hat? Yes. They believe liberals don't believe in fatherhood as a concept, or we like left-leaning folks just think like, oh, you don't need fathers anymore. You don't need, look, as long as you have 2 lesbian parents, you're fine. They think like in the mind of leftists that like fathers have been replaced in the zeitgeist, and it's just so bizarre. Like I'm in some pretty far left circles, and like I've never heard anyone in leftist circles talk about like you don't need a dad. And it's just like, I mean, like if you're adopting and you're like a lesbian couple, yeah, you don't need a dad. Like, or like, oh, they say you only need 1 parent to raise a child. And it's like, well, yeah, but it'd be better with 2, because like the more hands you have around to help, the easier it is to raise a kid. Like, I don't know. They take that as like an absolute statement of like, oh, fathers shouldn't exist then, huh? Okay, genuinely, Mabs Alicorn in YouTube chat, I was wondering if one of the things we would see in this episode was whether or I was thinking maybe we might see a trans woman portrayed as a dad trying to escape fatherhood, Like genuinely, I was thinking there was a non-zero chance of us seeing that in this episode, and I bet that it's on the cutting room table when they were writing this episode.
Peter Papa!
Captain Crook!
Not again.
How could you turn your back on your kids when there are so many of us who would love to be fathers?
Oh, Don, I'm really sorry to hear that.
That was the old me. Now I want to be a dad. I'm going to be a good dad from now on.
Yay! Alas, but what place is there for me? A childless pirate.
Not every lost dad can or will return to their kids. But that's why we need father figures to step up.
And look at you. You have so many great dad qualities.
You have a successful career.
You run a tight ship. I mean, look at these knots. Very tight.
And most of all, you want to be a good dad.
You can be a father figure to us all.
Plus, he never lets anyone turn up the thermostat.
I mean, wanting to be like a good dad is good, but like you need to be a good dad. You know, like
Even better!
Stinker smell? Let's get these dads home.
What should we call you, old man?
Oh, just call me Daddy-O.
Daddy-O, Daddy-O.
who the hell is this show for? Genuinely, this show is for 40 to 50-year-old dads to have their midlife crisis and feel like they're doing good parenting by trying to indoctrinate their kids into libertarian ideologies. You know, they're the kind. This show is being marketed to, you know, middle-aged dads who want to nod along with how correct the show is and be like, ah, yes, it's true. The fatherlessness crisis is reaching peak fatherlessness now. You know?
I noticed that therapy, adoption, having two dads, community, economics, etc. are all things that have yet to be mentioned.
Yep, it's interesting, all of the gaps that they leave in the show. But, you know, they believe in fathers. We don't, apparently. But that's, I guess that's just it for you, huh? I'm not clicking on this annotated link to another video. What happens to a nation without fathers that just has one of the children eating a brain on it? I'm not clicking on that. You guys can't make me. You guys cannot make me click that. Is that Ben Carson? That's Ben fucking Carson. Former head of HUD. Do it. Oblivious, thank you for the $5 dono.
It's for conservative adults who hate their kids and need to be reminded that their ideology demands that they have to deal with the little shits for 18 years before they can kick them out.
Yeah, genuinely, it is for. It's I would say actually just amend that slightly, which is that this is for like 40-year-old dads who are looking to make children that are ideological replicas of themselves. You know, that they think that is achievable and they seek to do it, you know? Even when I tell older folks about my father, they're still like, you need to reach out to your dad. You do not need to reach out to your dad. Sometimes it's okay to not have a relationship with your dad. And in fact, sometimes the healthiest thing for you is to not have a relationship with your dad. Yo, Profaniac, Captain Sisko from Deep Space Nine is one of the best TV dads. So true. He's a nice space dad. What about Picard, though? Picard's kind of a shitty dad, right? Wait, or did Picard not really have children? Yeah. I forgot. I forgore. Rom was a good dad from Deep Space Nine. Also a Union man. Picard had kids in the fanfics? Oh my. Why watch TNG when you can just rewatch Deep Space Nine? Because, well, okay, here's the thing though. On that particular topic, Uncle Gumbald, TNG is something I put on when I want like background noise and to occasionally check in with what's happening. Deep Space Nine is a show I put on when I want to fucking watch that show. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? The distinction? Like I will sit riveted to almost any episode of Deep Space Nine. And meanwhile, I love The Next Generation, but I will put it on and like be doing other things. You know? Oh yeah, Picard did hate kids. There was that episode where he got stuck in like the turbo lift with one and he basically had like a heart attack. Data made lol, does that count? I guess, yes. I would say yes. That didn't really end well, though. Picard would be a good dad. Like, I know he hated children, but, like, he would have been... Like, if Picard had, like, a whoopsie baby, you know what I mean? Like, he would have stepped up and been a good dad. He would have had a really hard time doing it, but, like, I think he could have been a good dad. Remember when Data let Lal choose her own gender? That was badass. Was he not to Wesley? I mean, he was kind of a dad to Wesley, but, like, more of a father figure, less of a dad. The worst Star Trek father was Miles O'Brien? Oh, God. I've memory holed the episode of what happens to Molly. Do you guys remember that? Fucking Miles O'Brien and Molly. Jesus Christ. Time stuff? It's like some of the saddest shit in all of Star Trek. I do not remember. I never made it to that episode. It's just like a gut punch of an episode for like no reason. for like no reason. Just like, hey, do you want to feel bad? Here you go. We got you. Oh my God. Is it like Full Metal Alchemist? It's kind of worse. In a way. Here. Yeah, let's pull this out here, okay? Here's the plot of the episode I'm talking about, all right? I'm just going to spoil it all for you. Miles and Keiko O'Brien take their children to the planet Golana for a picnic. While playing, 8-year-old Molly falls into an abandoned time portal, which closes after Molly passes through. It sends her 300 years into the past, to a time when the planet was uninhabited. The crew of Deep Space Nine helps the O'Briens recover Molly by reopening the portal and using a transporter to lock onto her signal. However, they find the portal has opened at a different time. The Molly they rescue is 18 years old and has grown feral. She got abandoned on a planet for 10 years. Okay? She is brought back to the station and placed in a special habitat made to resemble Golana. Molly slowly remembers her parents, but is still barely controllable. She asks her parents to take her home, but later makes it clear that she wants to be returned to Golana. Her parents take her to a holosuite simulation of Golana. She responds positively, but when the simulation is deactivated, she becomes violent. Starfleet informs the O'Briens that it plans to put Molly in a mental institution, which worries them. With the help of a sympathetic Odo, they arrange to return Molly to Golana, planning to destroy the portal afterwards to prevent Starfleet from finding her. Molly returns through the portal, but encounters her younger self shortly after she had fallen through. The older Molly points her younger self back through the portal, then as soon as the younger Molly returns, the older Molly disappears. Molly reappears moments before Miles is about to destroy the portal, and the family reunites happily. But just like... oh my god. But like, yeah, like young Molly gets returned to her family. That's great. But like, older Molly still exists. Like, it's so fucked up. Imagine what it's like for Miles and Keiko. They had to watch their child suffer to such a degree that they had to like abandon her again. Like, maybe one of the worst feelings a parent can possibly undergo, and they had to do it twice. Oh my god. So older Molly still exists? Yep. Older Molly still exists on that planet. Yeah, or I mean alternatively, either like older Molly continued and lived out her life completely and utterly alone on this planet, or by encountering her past self, she effectively annihilated herself by preventing her younger existence from like staying on the planet. So like, either she blinks at I don't know which outcome happens, but like, holy shit. It would be like if at the end of Heavy Rain, if Ethan gave the kid back to the serial killer. Oh, God. Yeah, either way, it's fucked. It's so fucked on so many different levels. Did the show her blinking out of existence? I don't remember that part. Honestly, both probably happen. I mean, given that we have multiverse theory confirmed in Star Trek, I have no problem believing, different timelines, etc. Well, so the question is, I don't know how time travel is supposed to work in Star Trek. I don't know if there's like, maybe I need to rewatch Enterprise because I'm sure they talk about this fuck ton. But like, generally speaking, my understanding is multiverse. Like the multiverse exists in Star Trek. So my question is, how does time travel work with multiverse? Like if you have a confirmed multiverse of infinite multiverses, then isn't time traveling essentially just jumping into a different multiverse, right? And I feel like, you know, that's kind of scarier for time travel because you're basically just maybe never getting back to the universe you came from. It's explained by Spock in Star Trek 4. I'll have to rewatch that. I don't remember it. There's a preferred timeline and an agency that enforces it. Yeah, but what does a timeline even mean in a multiverse? Does each universe have its own? Does each universe in the in the multiverse have its own timeline? Depends on the writer. There we go. we got the answer. It's all the Q's fault. I believe it. The continuum. Those fuckers. Hot take, I actually like all of the original Star Trek films. Like every single one of them I think is an absolute banger. Right up until Star Trek Nemesis. I won't defend that one. Even 5? I like 5. What does God need with a starship? How dare you not defend Hot Robot Woman? I like the whale one. I like the Searching for God one. I like Star Trek The Wrath of Khan. I like the original like kind of big budget cheese of the first one. I like all of them. I think they're very, very fun, you know? What's the one with the whales? They have to like time travel to save whales. It's fun. Undiscovered Country is your fave, hands down. You know, there's just something about I love Wrath of Khan. You know, there's just something so I love how fucking petty and hardcore it is. It's so fun. You know, just like I don't even know that it's the best one, but it's my favorite one, you know? Yeah, Search for Spock. I like it. I like it a lot. I also just like, how do I put it? I like that Wrath of Khan is not a movie about like, oh no, they're gonna destroy the universe. You know, like it's not a universe scale problem. It's like, you know, an interpersonal problem, you know, set within Star Trek. And that doesn't happen as nearly as much as it should. Like there are a lot of different, especially in the movies. There are a lot of different problems to like investigate and think about. One of the things I really like about the original, like the very first one, Star Trek the Motion Picture, I love that they just took like a problem and presented it, and that was the main antagonist. The main antagonist of the film is just a problem that is going to be relevant to everyone in the galaxy if it's not like dealt with. But like, it's not necessarily, you know, just like, I'm gonna come and blow up your planet, meh. You know? And yeah, I mean, like, there's an implied threat behind, like, Khan, Noonien Sung, but, like, it's not exactly the same thing, you know? V'ger is also hot. Good night, Robert Adset. Hot take, even the first one was good? Absolutely the first one was good. I love it. I love that it's like a mystery. I love like its psychedelic aspect. I love that Leonard Nimoy really wanted that space vagina in that film. And, you know, I'm glad he got it. You know, I think that like so many of the others are so interesting in various ways because they deal with like the politics of Star Trek rather than one day, chat. One day I'm going to sit here and I'm going to have like a pre-typed document and we're going to go one through one, point by point, bullet point by petty bullet point, every single issue I have with the movie Star Trek Into Darkness. Okay? Mark my words. Okay? I am going to do it as an act of catharsis because this has been gnawing at my gut for like, you know, it seems like 20 years, but clearly that movie couldn't have come out 20 years ago. Right? Right? It didn't come out 20 years ago. Oh, good. It only came out 12 years ago. Is that the Benedict Cumbersnooch Star Trek? It is indeed. There are so many elements of Into Darkness that make me angry. Literally every aspect of Khan's plan, literally every aspect of the execution of like dealing with Khan's plan, literally every character action in the film makes me angrier and angrier. Almost every directorial decision makes me upset. It's everything about it is designed to irritate me specifically. Also, I still think they should have made the Bones in the new Star Trek movie. I think he should have gotten his own spin-off miniseries as a grumpy space doctor. I basically want is it Dr. Aphra from Star Wars? I want Dr. Aphra, but I want it in Star Trek, okay? I want Bones as a grumpy space doctor going around doing grumpy space doctor shit. I want House in space, and I feel like that isn't too much to ask. I feel like you could have it as like some kind of fairly procedural, relatively low budget thing with occasional special effects splashed in here and there. You know, like come on. Every episode he'd say, "Damn it, I'm a doctor." But you know, then it gets really spicy when his ex-wife turns up. You know, because he's behind on the alimony. And it turns out she needs an operation, but she doesn't know if she can trust him, but he's the only doctor for light years around. Also, you know, when I first watched Deep Space Nine as like a kid, I didn't really like Dr. Bashir. As an adult, I like him. He has more depth on rewatch. Can we have Columbo in Star Trek? I would love that. Yeah, I think Bashir really comes into his own as he develops a rapport with a simple tailor, you know? Yeah, honestly, with the amount of like crimes that happen in Star Trek, it's kind of impressive that we don't have like a Columbo like figure, you know? Like why, I would love it if like in all of like the Paramount Plus Star Trek things they're putting out, if just like in each show there was like a one investigator that came in like a Columbo type, and you just start like building up the aura of this like investigator. Odo's not really Odo isn't really like a Columbo. I'm sorry. Odo is more like a Javert type, you know? Dr. Taylor Soldier Spy. Yeah, we had Data versus Moriarty. Genuinely, one of the coolest things that Star Trek could ever do, and this is just me pitching an idea to the universe, okay? This is just me pitching an idea to the universe. What if we have an episode of Star Trek where Moriarty, or a series where Moriarty escapes from his like holographic prison? I'm just throwing that out there. We have the hologram technology, right? Where like the ship EMS can like take on physical form, right? What if Moriarty escapes? Genuinely, wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't that be fun? Did that happen in Picard? If so, that is 10 out of 10. If someone confirms that happened in an episode of Picard, I will watch that entire goddamn show that I've been avoiding because I'm afraid it will ruin the next generation for me. Okay? They supposedly didn't trap him, though. They claimed they would help him out. Yeah, they claimed they would help him out, and then they lied, and I feel like eventually he's going to figure that out. Just watch season 3 of Picard. Okay. Data. Excuse me. You said data. So, data. Data. What's the difference? One is my name. The other is not. Voyager is so underrated. Afra is just a gay archaeologist. Damn it. Another one. Woke up and it's a bunch of nerds talking about Star Trek. Hell yeah, Malachi. If you want a decent detective show, Ken Stott era Rebus was brilliant. Rebus is not defined, but is pretty much an anarcho-communist. Cool. See a Mabs Alicorn. Folks, I am exhausted. We're in the final stretch to launching Imogene Olivia. It's really exciting. But I'm very tired. Have I watched Farscape? I've watched most of Farscape. I need to like sit down and actually like watch all of it kind of in a better chronological order, you know? Was Star Trek Strange New Worlds like season 2 good? Is that the products behind you? No, that's all reference material. But the products are in boxes Upstairs. No scary tonight? I don't think I can. I know I said we'd do it today, and I'm just really, really tired. But we'll do it tomorrow. I promise we will do it tomorrow, okay? We'll do it right off the bat tomorrow. No fooling around, okay? And maybe I'll toss in another analog horror series as a treat, okay? It's okay? Hell yeah. Can't see very well on mobile? That's okay. Could we set aside some time to do The Defender? You know, I don't see why not. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do... You've been waiting for months. Maybe we'll do that next week. Next week is also going to be a bit loosey-goosey. Just, I don't know what my partner might need for the launch, but I'm kind of on deck to do whatever needs to get done, okay? I also need to watch The Orville. I've also heard really good things about it. Yeah, Amber Brains, my partner and I quote the body swap episode of Strange New Worlds to each other all the time. Just, you know, sometimes is it like sometimes shenanigans are the most logical solution, something like that. We've butchered it so many times I don't remember what the actual line is anymore. Think we could watch Hell's Kitchen segments again? Probably not, unfortunately, unless we like jump over to Twitch. Also, not gonna lie, I've been kind of getting and developing an itch to start watching all of Doctor Who. You know? Please watch Sequest. Hell yeah. Don't do it. Oh man, I'm getting Wait, don't do what? Are you talking about Sequest or Doctor Who? Even the Lost seasons? I mean, I don't think I have the Lost seasons. My partner's dad has some like recordings on Betamax, so maybe we're going to look through them and see if maybe he's got something in there. Dugga Do It. I mean, I do want to know what the context of Dugga Do is, and I'm not one to just watch that one episode. I want to watch all the episodes so I have all the appropriate context. Yeah, the Forlorn 79 points out the fatal flaw in all of my aspirations, which is that I don't have time to watch TV normally, so like when am I going to have time to watch all of Doctor Who? But, you know, we'll see. I like old sci-fi shows, so like I resent that song being shared here. It's literally been stuck in my head for the last 5 days. I can't get rid of it. I can't get rid of it. Battlestar Galactica is good. I want to watch the original. Okay, you guys are getting me distracted with all of your feminine wiles. But I will see you all tomorrow. We'll do analog horror, and you know, I have a few conservative segments we can cover as well. And we'll get all that done. I know I'll be starting fine with modern Doctor Who, but I like old sci-fi. Like you guys underestimate how much I enjoy old sci-fi. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I know it took a bit of a weird turn there with the Tuttle Twins, but I hope you guys enjoyed Tuttle Twin content. You'll love Tom Baker? Hell yeah. It's an early night tonight? Yeah, just a bit. I'm just really fucking tired, guys. Have I ever seen Caprica? I haven't. Isn't that that's the prequel to Battlestar Galactica, yeah? Did she do Steven Crowder? We didn't do Steven Crowder, but we'll do him tomorrow. I will talk to all of you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
This is a brand new song. This is the first time. You are the first audience to hear this song. No more water. No more water. No more water. Fire. Fire next time. Come gather, my children, come gather to me. The sky in the west is as dark as the sea. The air tastes of embers, it claws at your eyes. And I hear the horsemen are following behind. No more water. No more water. No more water. Fire. Fire next time. Old Noah cried, hear me, the water will come and wreak mighty judgment on everyone. I warn you, my people, the time is not long for changing our ways, for righting our wrongs. No more water. No more water. No more water. Fire. Fire next time. The people dismissed and denied and delayed, long after the rivers were swollen with rain, and only when floodwaters swallowed their cries did the sign of the rainbow appear in the sky. No more water. No more water. No more water. Fire. Fire next time. The Lord said your family alone has been spared, and all of creation I leave in your care. But do not mistake me, remember my sign. I'll send no more water, but fire next time. No more